Welcome back. So I wanted to challenge myself and work in my sketchbook every day for a full week. If you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know how difficult it's been for me to consistently work in my sketchbook. The last time I finished a sketchbook was probably over 10 years ago. And that is bad as an artist. I do have a goal of finishing this sketchbook in a few months, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm falling a bit behind, not even halfway through the book yet. Anyway, so we really need to buckle down. Here's the plan. I'm gonna do 5 consecutive days of working in my sketchbook. The goal is to finish a page a day that is a full spread page. I don't care if it takes me 10 hours to do it. It's gonna get done in one day. Anyway, today is day 1. I've been doing a lot of fruit paintings lately and I've been loving those, so I'm gonna start with that. Nice and easy to kind of get me into all of this. Even though I'm working on canvas paper, I still count this as working on my sketchbook because I basically just cut everything out and stick it in, and I kind of like the way it looks. I really hope that through doing this, I'm able to incorporate my sketchbook a little bit more into my practice. It's still like a big part of my work, but I just want it to be a even more bigger part of my work. But we'll see what happens. In the meantime, let's get to some painting. It's voiceover Sarah here. I just wanted to let you all know that there are 2 studies that I did from a previous week on this paper already, but I didn't want to waste canvas paper, so I just painted on the page anyway. I also wanted to use up the paint that was already on my palette because I don't like wasting paint, so that is why the palette seems very limited. Something I said earlier that I just wanted to elaborate a bit more on was the reason I don't go directly in my book with some materials, and that's because the paper just can't handle it. The paper is pretty much just made for pencils and pencil crayons. It's not a multimedia sketchbook. Pretty much any paint or gesso makes the pages buckle, and I really hate the way that looks. So for me, I feel like it just makes more sense to create something outside of my sketchbook on the right materials and then stick them into my book. I like doing this on the pages I'm not happy with versus like fresh, empty pages. I just feel like it looks really interesting and gives the sketchbook a lot more personality. On a side note, I really like the strawberry that I painted, and I love the minty green around the lemon slice. I kind of hate the clementine a lot, but what can you do? Anyway, that's all for now. Please enjoy the rest of this painting montage. All right, I am feeling pretty excited and motivated to start drawing today. I'm actually hoping that by doing this challenge, I'll be able to draw a bit faster. I don't know. I think the more you do something, the faster you get at it. I have a highlighter that's on my desk today that I kind of just want to incorporate into my drawing today. I think it would be fun to just have a little bit more mixed media in there. Whenever I look through my sketchbook pages, I really like seeing the different textures and all of that like fun stuff. So I kind of want to just add a little bit more into these pages than just pencil crayon. I don't know where I'm gonna fit this highlighter yet, but I feel like I'll just know when the moment is right to start using it. I've been thinking a lot lately about why it's been so difficult for me to consistently work in a sketchbook. And I think part of it is because I don't see a sketchbook as a finished piece. When I'm making a painting, it feels like I've accomplished something, but a sketchbook doesn't feel like that for me. For me, a sketchbook just feels like a place to practice. And I think I get so caught up with productivity sometime and making sure I'm productive that I just struggle with working in a sketchbook because it makes me feel like, in a way, I'm not being productive, even though that I know that's totally untrue. Another reason I think I struggle working with a sketchbook is because I think I've just never really found the right materials for me. I've actually always drawn in pencil crayon. I used to use these woodless pencil crayons. Actually, I think I still have them. Hold on. These guys. These are Progresso woodless pencil crayons. I used these for a long time, but I just kind of felt like there was a point where they weren't working for me anymore, and the cons really outweighed the pros that I liked about these pencil crayons. So for example, they are not made of wood, they're woodless, and they break really easily. Like, I think I've broken almost every single one of them. Literally, if you just drop them on the ground, they will break it 3 pieces. It's just super annoying. I really didn't like that. I also didn't like that you have to push so hard to get the value that you want. Like, to get your darkest color, you're like pushing insanely hard, and I just was like, it's not for me. Anyway, moved on to Posca. I've mentioned so many times that I'm happy with Posca, so I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I really just like these pencil crayons, and I feel like using something that you really love to draw with makes a huge difference. It makes me actually want to work in my sketchbook, which is great. Anyway, I need to lock in right now, so I will see you all in probably like a second. So I'm done. That literally took me all day. I think I've been drawing for like 6 hours. No breaks, because I'm like, I need to finish this before I lose daylight. But yeah, that was long. I'm so tired. Honestly, I think that it's just really funny that at the beginning of today, I was like, maybe this will help me draw faster. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Anyway, I am excited to do nothing for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna go do that right now, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
I can be stubborn, thinking I'm right. I can be late, cause I'm taking my time. I can be driven, ambitious, your best friend, love of your life. I can be selfish, trying to be kinder, always forgetting, needing reminders.
End of day 3. So random, but I honestly feel so proud of myself for getting this far, even though I know most people this would be so easy for. I woke up this morning so excited to draw, which is weird, honestly, because I usually don't feel that way. And I just love how this page turned out. I didn't even realize this while I was drawing, but everything I drew was either cut in half fruit or vegetables, minus the chili pepper, which I wish I would have drawn cut in half, but whatever, it's too late now. This page kind of reminds me of those scientific botanical drawings that people do. Obviously, those are so much better than what I did, but it kind of is reminiscent of that for me, and I kind of like that. I also just like how simple and clean the page looks. Also, I didn't realize this at the time, but as I was drawing, I realized that I kind of split the page in half between one side being red and the other side being green. And I just love that I just automatically knew to do complementary colors, even though I had no plan today, honestly. Anyway, I've been drawing for like long time, maybe like 7 or 8 hours. And although I do love what I created, I do feel like I've bitten off a bit more than I can chew with this challenge. So I'm getting a little concerned because I'm also getting tired. I think the main thing that I'm noticing is that I'm just very slow at drawing. In comparison to painting, the fruit studies that I did on day 1, each fruit study took me 20 minutes. And then compared to what I've done the last 2 days, I feel like it's just been like, it's been hours of drawing. I don't really know why that is. I don't know why it's taking me so long and I can kind of just whip up a painting, but I think part of it is just I paint so much more than I draw. But yeah, I feel like I'm just noticing how much more intense drawing is than painting for me. Anyway, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Wish me luck. Good morning. Today is the 4th day of working in our sketchbook. I really wanted to challenge myself with this page and do a skull. For reference, I don't think I've ever actually successfully drawn a skull. I always seem to just make mistakes and mess it up, so today I really wanted to see if the past few days of drawing had somehow helped me improve my skills a bit. Spoiler alert, it did not. I tried to go in and correct a few things with my orange pencil crayon, but I felt like I just made everything worse, unfortunately. I ended up adding some Sharpie around the skull because I had messed up the angles of the skull so many times that I felt like everything was starting to get a bit confusing. So I wanted to make some clear lines just to help it out a bit. For the rest of the page, I wasn't sure what I wanted to add around the skull, but then I thought it might be interesting to add some facial features. I actually really like how it all came together in the end. I felt like this was the hardest page I did out of all of them, and I'm glad that I didn't give up on it because I was very close to stopping on this day. But we persevered. Anyway, you can let me know which is your favorite in the comments. And with that, I'm going to stop speaking because I've done so much speaking this whole video, and let you enjoy a little bit of peace without my voice. All right, enjoy. I'm finishing up our last day of drawing and I can't believe it's done. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a bit excited for it to be over. I still need to cut out my fruit studies that I did on canvas paper at the beginning of the week to stick them in my sketchbook, so I'm looking forward to doing that. I didn't do it earlier in the week just because I needed it to dry a little bit more, but it should be dry now. Yesterday felt like a bit of a mess to me, so I just wanted to end this on a strong note and do a portrait today. I honestly don't think this is one of my best portraits, but that's okay. We can't be 100% every day. This was actually one of the hardest challenges I've done, and I know it's probably so easy for other people. I think it's good, though, to consistently work in a sketchbook, but what I realized for me is that I need more variety. I do really love oil painting, and around the third day was when I really started to miss it. Despite this being a really intensive process for me, I do really like the pages I did overall, and I'm glad that I did this challenge. I'm also just so shocked at how much I was able to accomplish in a week. It's kind of crazy to me that I was able to do as much as I did. And yeah, I'm just proud of myself for sticking through this because there was definitely moments of struggle. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a like. If you want to subscribe, then subscribe. If you want to shop stickers and magnets, the link is in the description. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.